Hello everyone, this is Coach Alamo from the Alamo Academy here in beautiful Corpus Christi, Texas. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our baseball and softball one-on-one instruction and training. Before I go into our program, I wanted to tell you a little bit about how this all came to be. Throughout my career as a player, I was never taught the fundamentals, which led into not being able to excel as far as I thought I could with my natural and talent and ability. And as I moved on, I coached at 5 different collegiate programs, developing over 300 collegiate players, around 75 major league draft picks, and there's actually 5 former players of mine that are in the current major leagues, not the minor leagues, but on the major leagues that you see every day. And through that experience, I devised a system that enables players to learn very quickly and learn the correct foundation, and once they've done that, progress to the next level of play. We specialize in one-on-one private lessons, and the reason that you probably have not seen anything like this before is because, frankly, it's all we do. Everything in our facility is designed and tailored to a one-on-one experience with a professional coach and your child. The private lesson area where your player takes his practice is sectioned off from the lobby. When you walk in, you'll see our 8-foot movie screen playing Major League Baseball games, and our customer service office where you can check on your account and all of your information and your scheduling. And when your appointment time comes, Coach will take you and your player back, and the parents have a private viewing dugout, and the player has a private cage where each cage next to it is actually sectioned off where you can't see the next cage because of a black privacy screen. So it's very conducive to learning very quickly. What you'll notice as well is that our coaches, when they're in lessons, do nothing but they're on a mission to try to get the player from when they walked in to 30 minutes later a great amount of progress. And they do not answer phone calls, they do not have cell phones when they're in lessons. And the reason I bring that up is that over the last 5 or 6 years, I have heard that almost on a daily basis of facilities that coaches have cell phones and they're eating lesson times while their players are trying to learn. And that is simply not the case with us. We try to take it 50 steps above. Our coaches are actually in full uniform teaching the Alamo system, pants and Alamo jersey. And it's the little things. It's having the player see a coach that has had a lot of success and then model what the player needs to be, how he needs to learn, how he needs to dress, and all of that is what you'll get from the Alamo Academy. It's not just baseball instruction, it's a whole life building process. And we are open 5 to 6 days a week of availability for lessons. And our specialists are former collegiate players and coaches. Our specialists, I put them through a very rigorous process to make sure all the terminology in the system is the system that I've developed over the last 5 years that gets maximum progress from our players. You'll notice there's no team practices going on during your lessons, and everything is very one-on-one. In fact, when we have many lessons in a day, you'll notice that there might only be 5 people maximum in the facility at the time of your child's lesson because they are focused on tailored individual instruction. The other big factor, and what we feel is very important, is we're the only facility in South Texas without a select team. To my knowledge and research, we are the only facility in the entire Texas that operates without any select teams or any teams at all, and that makes sure that our goals is one-on-one with the player. We don't have any other interests in that there's teams going on and that sort of thing. So everything we do, again, is one-on-one. We have no select teams. Everything is lessons. Our training is very age specific. What you'll see here is a breakdown of the brackets through our program, and every player has their own special goals, and when we meet the player and their parent during their first lesson, we talk about maybe where they are and what their goals are, and then we evaluate them from a coach's standpoint. But you'll notice youth players anywhere from 5 to 13 years old. We have a handful of 5-year-olds and all the way up to college players, professional players, but they reach the beginner's level, which maybe the player is in the beginner stage. And the beginner stage of a youth player has a lot of goals and things they're trying to attain, such as confidence and being able to remain calm in game situations, have a better understanding of the game. And we provide all of those things through our beginners system. As players move through that and they're in the intermediate stage, that's a player who's not necessarily a beginner, but they're not at the advanced stage. They're trying to get to the advanced stage. So we go ahead and teach them the processes for that. Terminology is a little bit different from the beginners, and it's a little bit different from the advanced. And then once they get to the advanced stages, that might be a player who's a couple years ahead of their age group. If they're 10 years old, maybe they're playing like a 12 or 13-year-old player, and we recognize that, and our goal is to take them to play like they're 15 at that age. And sometimes you'll notice our coaches tell an advanced player, we're teaching you things that are 3 or 4 years above what most people know, and that's our goal in taking them to that direction. So beginner, intermediate, and advanced is our levels that we try to take each player through, and they have their own individualized system. The high school players, we go from beginner to intermediate, and you'll find sometimes that players from freshman year are trying to get used to the high school level and trying to make their team, and we certainly address that and have a system for that. And then we go into the intermediate to advanced. That's a player who's been playing for a long time, and they're kind of stuck in the average category on their team, and they want to make sure that they can get a bump up, they can get ahead of the current players and start and have more success during their gameplay. Then you have the advanced players who are very advanced. They're starting on their high school team, and they're trying to one day make it to college or the professional ranks and professional player potential, which is after the advanced situation we move into the techniques of professional player potential for some players in high school, and that's trying to get them to college and above. And then some of our collegiate and professional players we work with in the off season, their goal coming to us is to develop professional consistency in their high-level skills they've either attained with us or throughout their years of play, and have them playing at a higher level more consistently. So that's the age groups, and everything is very tailored to your player. Customized training with specialized coaches for each training level. Each player gets a custom lesson depending on their current development and progress. Throughout our lesson, you'll notice that our coaches are taking notes on a carbon copy report, which is very unique to us. Again, we take this so seriously. We're taking notes lesson to lesson. Everything gets electronically filed like a doctor's office, and before your next visit, the coach reviews your prior lesson sheet, and they're able to continue where you left off. And you'll also see during your lesson, at the end, the coach will go over home drills, which he will thoroughly describe to your player and make sure they have a good understanding, and they go through all of the drills that are necessary to work on at home to be able to progress a little bit faster. And of course, you'll have a carbon copy. Parents get a copy, and we get a copy. Another great situation with our internet and with our customer service side of baseball and softball lessons is the alamoacademy.com, which is most likely where you're viewing this now. And you'll notice up top there is a members login. Once you become a member, you have your actual own private homepage with a username and password, your billing account information, for example, how many lessons you have or how many you have left, your scheduling and detailed schedule. So for instance, you schedule a lesson and you forgot when and what time it was, you can log into your private homepage and check it out. You can also cancel and reschedule from that function and make sure that you're all squared away. You can choose any type of lesson, pitching, hitting, fielding, and you will also get an automatic confirmation email. You can schedule and register online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's very important. What we try to provide is a great relationship and great customer service, and you will see in our front office that anything you can possibly ever need, you can call or you can email, and it's addressed very quickly. I've heard very often that, again, in over the last 5 years in facilities all over the country, I've heard a lot of situations where they're having trouble scheduling, they're having trouble reaching somebody, they don't really know what's going on, and we've tried to take that to the next level and make sure not only is there good customer service, but there's great customer service. Our packages, we have many different options. You can pay in full, which there's a little bit of a discount on, and then there's some payment options, and each lesson is about $24 to $34 a lesson depending on the package. And a great feature is that a package can be used for siblings. So if you have two brothers or a brother and sister, they can go ahead and split that package for softball and baseball, or baseball hitting and baseball pitching, and any combination that works best for the family. The best part about it is the first lesson is free. And the reason we do that is we want to make sure that our program is a good fit for your player and a good fit for our coaches. Obviously, we are very enthusiastic that you will be impressed with our system and will feel very comfortable that your child is getting the best playing instruction possible. And when you come in for your first lesson, you can see our facility, you can meet our instructors, we can let you know where you are, where your player is in our system, and where we want to take them. So if you see down here where this arrow is, somewhere in this direction here, you'll see an opt-in box. You'll enter your name and email and your phone number, and you'll be called within 24 to 48 hours to schedule your free lesson. And I will also send you my tip video, which will help your player immediately start learning some of the important fundamentals and different skills to get to the next level. So that will also be in your email box. And what you'll notice after you hit send is you're going to be taken to a couple different videos that you will select the area your player is currently at. So if your player is a beginner, I'm going to show you a quick video that I've composed that will show you exactly what our program is going to do for your child. And for advanced youth players and intermediate, there's separate videos there, and then you'll see our high school players, which is a complete different program. So you're going to be able to get a great feel before you even come in the first day. So go ahead and put in your name and email in the box, and we will see you there.